ladies and gentlemen of the how many people in the US play Smash? A lot.
Too many?
A lot. Let's just go with a lot. So for
Not.
those of you who happen to be playing Ultimate, welcome to the Button Check podcast. This is the first one. This is number one. This is the first one, and I am joined by Big Brain Jowii and of course Hamilton lover Remo. Hello, Remo.
Hey,
Hi,
what's up,
Remo.
guys?
How you doing, buddy? So this is
Good.
the Button Check podcast. So
Hey, we're
all
here.
the way through next year, all we're going to be doing is bringing you guys the biggest news, the tech updates, everything Smash related. We are going to be bringing to you guys full and in charge. And I'm very happy to be here. I'm Banjo. I'm going to be basically moderating this little get together that we're going to have every week and showing for you guys. And welcome, I should say. So
Yeah.
I'm feeling really good about this. Actually, feeling very good.
Same. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna cover some good information, and let's get this going. We've been waiting for Ultimate long enough.
Yeah, definitely. So biggest news, right? Smash. Smash happens to be the biggest news. So we got there was the online seems to be like an issue so far, which is something that I was really looking forward to. Personally, I don't know how Nintendo is at the forefront of console gaming, but they can't get online matchmaking.
Yeah, it seems like
You know what I'm saying?
with Nintendo, like how are you? They're so innovative. Like they push what it means to be console, and the only aspect that they're really messing up in, or that they're not able to like excel in and create space in, is online matchmaking. And like it seems like it's so hard to get into a match with the proper rule sets that reflect a competitive environment.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like this shouldn't have been a surprise. I mean, Nintendo has literally never done this right, and then we just expected like, okay, you pay your $20 a year, everything's going to be roses and daisies. But it just seems to be not the case, which is really unfortunate. I
Yeah.
played a couple matches. I mean, it's not super laggy. Like and I think most people are getting those LAN adapters, which is I thought it was really funny that like Sakurai himself called everyone out, like, "Hey guys, our online ain't good. Go get your LAN adapter."
Yeah, he held that one pretty close to the chest. But it's weird that when you play like a third party game on the Switch, like Dragon Ball Fighters or BlazBlue Cross Tag, this really isn't a problem. This isn't
I
a
mean,
thing. But when I play online, it's like I have to jump through hoops. I gotta play 4-player Smash and I gotta like wait in like these lobbies, and when I do 1v1s, and I gotta get 1,000,000.1 global Smash power points to play elite mode, and it's just like I don't
Yeah.
know, man.
It's unfortunate.
I,
Like I
it's
haven't gotten
sad.
to those elite matches yet, but I tried to play like the new Floor Glory and to put in my three stocks have 8 minutes 1v1s, and I got nothing but free for alls and doubles. I still to this day haven't gotten a regular 1v1, and it's a little lame. I'm lucky that I live in a Smash house where I can just play Smash whenever I want, but I feel really bad for all those Smashers out there that just want to play online with like new people on their own.
And I think another thing that's going to be interesting to see as we go forward in time is whether or not online Wi-Fi tournaments continue to like maintain the same level of success, or if that's going to be, and it's entirely dependent on Nintendo's like online system. When you get into those parties, like it should be good, right? So like I imagine that we should see an increase in the amount of Wi-Fi tournaments. Remains to be seen, and it'll be interesting to find out. The future of Nintendo's online matchmaking if it changes.
See, I don't know about that one, Chief, just because, I mean, for Street Fighter, for Tekken, for so many other games, like, they have weekly play-ins online almost every week, for qualifier tournaments and things like
Right.
that. And, Reddit has a online tourney that they do for Street Fighter all the time. And it's just like, how y'all not doing netcode right? After even after Smash 4 on the Wii U, you're still not getting netcode right. Like, we can't even like a console like this should not have the functionality of the Sega channel. It shouldn't. It just shouldn't. It should. It should.
That's what I was thinking.
It should like I should be able to go online, like talk to somebody without using the Discord app. I should be able to, if I want to play with them, I should be able to play with them. For Xbox One being such a terrible console with nothing to play on it, you can still play online.
Well, there goes our Microsoft sponsorship. Well, it's funny that you bring up the online. Don't mean to cut you off, Remo. It's funny that you bring up the online, like the way that they're doing it. That's an interesting change in Ultimate's mechanics, and I think it's related to the way that you buffer nowadays. And it's an intentional change, I think, that is related to the online gameplay, because in previous versions of Smash, the way it would work is you would be online and you would input something, and because the buffering has a certain amount of frames that you can put it in, for Smash 4 it was like 9 frames, I believe, might be 10. You had that window to put it in. If the lag ate that up, then that was it. Ultimate aimed to change that with their buffering system, which is where if you hold the input as the move is ending, you'll get a frame perfect follow-up of your whatever move you enter. And I think that specifically was done because in online gameplay, what that means is that when you hold that input, you're not going to drop that input because you assumed to have held it during the lag and into when the move should be active. So that's an interesting part of online that relates to some of the new mechanic changes that are happening in Ultimate.
And that's actually something that I do want to segue into is some of the new tech that we've discovered 4 or 5 days into this game. But more importantly, how does the game feel? And Remo has been at the forefront of this. This man has definitely played the game more than I have. I promise you that. So I'm telling you,
the first weekend was wild. Like, I think
that was
everyone in the house didn't sleep more than like 10 hours that whole weekend. Yeah. It's like you go to bed at like 3, 4 in the morning, wake up at like 8, and just immediately start playing. It's been
that's
amazing.
Exactly how it was.
I loved it. I mean, how you guys just like the game in general so far?
Oh, I'm blessed, and I feel that weekend that you had. I feel like everybody. And in optimal conditions, that was their weekend. Sleep deprived, smashing through it for a 72-hour minimum is probably the most optimal way you could have spent this past weekend. And I think like having been to 2 competitive tournaments and kind of seen the Smash Fest and tournament landscapes, I'm super excited about Ultimate. It's everything that I think I wanted to see happen in terms of revitalizing the Smash scene.
Yeah, this is actually the ultimate Smash Brothers game, and this is the ultimate competitive game on Nintendo Switch. This is a game that you can literally take everywhere. I was at Coral Sword last night, and literally I saw 2 dudes in the corner who I've never seen before in the Smash community, who I've never seen before in the Houston Smash community, and they were playing this game with 2 Switches just in the corner, just playing with each other. And it's just like
right way to do it.
That's where we are in the Smash scene now. I don't know. Nintendo may not know how to mess with Netco, but they just know they have the secret sauce. They were able to create this game. This is basically Nintendo's almanac for everything, and like it's just like we haven't even at the tip of the iceberg. This is like day 5. This is day 5. I want to see the crazy stuff like a year from now. Like this is absolutely wonderful, and that 3 days in OCM house was just like, nobody sleep.
It's pretty great.
What are we gonna do that for? Like we'll just keep playing, bro.
Yeah, it's been really good. There's been some complaints, which like I think the buffering system that you mentioned, Jowii, is like a big part of it. There's a lot of like Smash 4 players that have gotten used to how Smash 4 plays, and I think just thought this was just going to be like Smash 4 2, and it's going to take everyone a while to like get used to what's going on here.
Yeah, I kind of want to touch on a couple of those changes actually a little bit further, just to kind of like get everyone on like a bare minimum page.
Yeah.
You got your buffering system, which is just the idea of a held input versus a pressed input type of buffer. So if you want, it kind of makes it to where the combos can be read more like a Tekken variety, where it's this input followed by this input followed by this input, and all you're aiming to do is doing those inputs within the previous move and try and buffer it that way. That kind of buffer system it actually comes into play with some other kind of mechanics. One of them being is the short hop mechanic, which is where you press a jump and an attack or special at the same time, which results in a short hop. That's a new mechanic that they put in to make sure that it was easier for people to short hop. But when you take those two different concepts, one which is creating ease of use for short hop, and one for the buffer system that specifically targets drop inputs in online, and you put them together, you get this inability to do a full hop aerial because of the buffer system. You can't buffer full hop aerials because the way that a full hop aerial would work is that you would press the jump button input as a buffer and then the attack. And with the short hop mechanic being a jump and an attack at the same time, if you try and buffer that jump and attack within that move, it's going to eat it, and you'll only get a jump perhaps, or you'll only get what the last move is before the move ends. So perhaps a jump, perhaps an attack. So it kind of changes what your options are out of as far as buffering. It's a small limiter, but it's strictly because of the way the new mechanics work. And then in addition to those two mechanics that kind of result in kind of a glitch, I guess you could say, there's also the obvious new mechanic, which is parrying, perfect shielding. And that's going to change the landscape. How are y'all feeling? Have y'all been able to and work that in? Have you seen people do that?
Yeah, I've been actively trying to make sure that I start perfect shielding and parrying stuff, because it's just adding like that much more viability to whatever character you may be, especially if you're a heavyweight in this game.
Right.
You kind of need to know how to perfect parry or perfect shield, like especially if you're playing a projectile character, like that's gonna pay in dividends. Like speaking of this buffer system, there was like a few moments like where I was playing this weekend as King K. Rool, and like I would like try to mash an option because I knew he was gonna be there. And like my King K. Rool would literally just freeze. And that's the buffer system at where being like, yo, you
Eating
shouldn't
it up.
Yeah, you shouldn't have mashed, bro. You should just held it. It would have been fine.
That's right.
A lot of this stuff and a lot of these new mechanics in this game, I don't really see a problem with. Like, I don't see a problem with it because like I don't see this game as Smash 4.
Right.
I see
It's a new game.
I see
entirely
this
new game
as Smash Ultimate, which is the game that, it's not the same game. That's the problem that actually a lot of people have faced this past weekend.
Yeah.
That they were trying to do some stuff in the last game, and it's just like, nah, it's not.
It's funny because you build all this stuff into your muscle memory while you're playing Smash 4, and then that muscle memory is counterintuitive to Ultimate and actually results in like if you had muscle memory to it all out, now it's actually working against you. You have to unlearn that before you can kind of like start learning these new habits. And I find that if you kind of break up adding them to your gameplay, like the dash around and acting on a dash and buffering correctly, and then shielding correctly and parrying correctly. If you layer that in, it's easier to adapt because you're really having to break down some of the things that you might have been doing in the previous game. So yeah, it's just interesting that how the mechanics have changed, and it's gonna be interesting to see what top level gameplay looks like at major tournaments.
In real with you,
that's a big part of it. I think that definitely parrying, especially, is gonna be one of those things that you need to learn how to do, and the people that get on that boat sooner are going to be more successful. I just watched Launch VGBC's MVDA's big tournament, week 1, day 1 tournament, and watched Xanadu as well. ZD the Fox, he got second at Xanadu and he won Launch, and him more than anyone I've seen was like parrying everything.
Nice. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that.
It was really, really good. And as Fox, you can imagine, because he's so quick, and with the up tilt, he was just like parrying the landing aerials into up tilt and just comboing, someone to 60-70% off.
I'm telling you, man,
it was great. Even like Leffen was pointing out today, he was running some labbing, teaching some people how to play, and like he's waiting for being able to parry multi hits, like several parry at like a grand finals of Evo.
Yeah,
I saw that video. That was such a great video.
That Evo moment 37 with Ken and Fox, and I
mean,
honestly,
they just set that up, but that might actually that's probably going to be a thing later. And
could.
I can't wait to
fastest way to try to get some of this tech down, to be honest with you, is pick up one of those other controllers. Don't use a GameCube controller.
Bro, I am using the Pro Switch controller, and it is nice. So nice.
I'm using Joy-Con, and that thing is like,
You're not using Joy-Cons.
yes, I am.
Are you really?
I'm using like I was messing with Joy-Con last night and today.
I use Joy-Cons when I don't have other options available.
Yeah, that's the.
Nah,
The
bro.
left thumbstick is kind of flimsy in my opinion.
My hands.
The right thumbstick's really nice.
These hands fit just fine.
You're gonna eat.
honestly,
You're gonna eat your Joy-Cons.
Nothing fits those hands. Yeah, nothing
They-
fits those hands. Those hands swallow worlds.
I don't want a GameCube controller, to be real with you,
I
because
mean,
I kind of like the layout of the Pro controller, like,
So nice.
and the layout of the Pro controller is literally the layout on everything else
Literally
except for the GameCube. So
yeah.
and
No,
like
it's a really good controller for sure.
Yeah.
I think they did a really great job. It seems like really viable. It used to be like if you're not playing Smash on a GameCube controller, you're just doing it wrong. And now there's so many options. But it's good. It's good. I'm still gonna play Smash GameCube though.
So moving on to trending topics. Smash is the trending topic. Like I said, it's really what's happening. It's what's going to continue to happen. But as you said, Remo, there was that huge tournament in Maryland, the VGBC tournament launch where ZD got first and
over top players, over top Smash 4 players.
He beat.
To note that
he beat Wadi Rob.
ZD is like one of their best players in that region. So it's nice to see that a lot of the top players in most regions are still pretty dominant, even with their new version of their character or their new characters. Like Void's Pichu is sick. But yeah, it was over Wadi's Rob. But then you're seeing some new faces out there, like even locally. A player, Shadow Fox XD, got second in our local tournament, Smash Fight Club, when he's not you're not going to see him in grand finals.
Right.
He might have done it once, but he had that attitude that we were talking about, that this is a new game. You can't look at it as Smash 4. He took Ike, which is a character he doesn't play, and
that character's busted.
Yes, that's definitely a trending topic of Swords, right?
Look, tier lists.
Listen,
in general are
like, okay, look. So me and Joey talked about this. Joey said that we're gonna put that to the wayside, right?
Yeah, we're gonna touch on that later.
It's day 5.
It's too soon. We're within the first week. I'm not about to be talking about this character's good, this character's bad. Inkling Jab is stupidly busted, but counterplay hasn't been developed. Who knows what that looks like afterwards? So
all I know is that Ike Nair hits you on both sides and confirms into just about everything.
Say less.
Why? I'm definitely using. Okay, so what we're gonna look out for these for the next couple of events that are happening in our neck of the woods. Of course, we have all the wonderful weeklies in Houston, but in the rest of the country, we have Don't Park in the Grass, which is actually this weekend. It's a Seattle, Washington event. It's an event that I'm not sure if VGBC is covering or not.
They're streaming it, yes.
Okay, so they are streaming it, and a couple of players are going to be out there in force. Stop me if you've heard these guys before: ESAM, MVD, Captain L, Locust, Conga, which I am so excited to see.
All GKs are excited. All of them.
So Conga, Pandarian, shouts out Pandarian coming to Houston at one time. We got Big D and Casas Mas. And of course, J Tails, Too Many Cooks, Pokepen, and Len. And then we got Zane, Hugs, S2J, and SFAT, the Melee players, who are also, a couple of them are playing Ultimate as well. So that's a big event that's happening this next weekend. I suggest everybody, y'all watch that, because those are some heavy hitters, especially with these new characters, with everybody on this supposed tier list saying that Pikachu is very, very good. So we happen to have the best Pikachu on Earth. So we're gonna see.
This should be coming on. This should be coming on before the tournament. So on Saturday, if I understand correctly. So this should actually be something where we'll be watching it the same day. It's kind of seeing the progress that goes on. Kind of noting what the top 8 seeds are. The way that Banjo listed them actually is the top seeds for the tournament. If you go and look at the projected brackets, and it'd be interesting to see what the projected was compared to what actually happens. And I think next episode we'll have a lot more context on how that'll play out. Another tournament that's happening this coming weekend is Smash Out. Which is in St. Louis, Missouri. Yeti's going to be there. Is like the one notable name that I know is going to be there. I'm sure Yeah,
Oh my God.
the boy Yeti is coming back with either. I'm hoping to see Young Lincoln play. I'm hoping to see either Mega Man play because it'd be
Bro,
cool to see him play
based
both of
off
those.
what I saw at that last tournament, I don't know what this man is gonna play. To be honest with
That's fair. That's fair.
and I'm honestly stoked for it. Watching him play is just super enjoyable. And this tournament has like what
Like
looking to be
400.
about. Oh
Yeah, it has 400. It has over 400 entrants. And then it's the cool thing about this tournament specifically is that it's a charity event. So like the way that it's gonna work is that they're gonna have like all the people come in the venue. There's a certain amount that's set aside specifically for charity. Anything over that, I believe, is getting put back into the pot. And
Nice.
I want to say that when they hit a certain number of pre-registered players that they put in an extra amount. I want to say $100. Don't quote me on that last part. But yeah, it's the cool part about it is that it's for charity and that it's something that hopefully we see with some of these bigger tournaments that are going to be happening in Ultimate is, just kind of awareness of kind of giving back to people in the communities and stuff like that. So that would be a cool one to watch for, I think, as well.
Yeah, for sure. I love charity tournaments and charity events. So we've run some here at Smash United with they're working with Extra Life as well. And so it's really cool. I'm seeing they're like doing some silent auctions and some raffles that help their local food bank and Extra Life. So that's awesome.
Oh, that's another thing. I think if you want to pay venue fee, I believe you pay with canned food as well. So that's kind of cool thing.
Word?
Yeah, I think that you're able to bring a certain amount of canned food
That's
and
dope.
that covers the
I mean,
venue.
that's
Yeah.
like big shout outs to the St. Louis region.
For sure.
I know a few of them. Like shout outs to Quilly and the players over there. They're just crazy. Like I was over at Super Smash Con earlier this year and I was playing against like their number 7. It was like Lucario and their whole squad was just behind them, just talking mess the entire time. It was.
Why didn't you send out the text? The Texas boys were there. We would have ran up there. We could have started some regional beefs.
No, it's cool. Like it wasn't even like negative or whatever. I know some other regions get like criticized for going in too hard or some like vulgarities or whatever. But it was just like they were just like I was laughing. Like it got to the point where I was cheering for the guy. It was super fun. So I'm looking forward to watching that event as well this weekend.
Yeah, I think we'll probably on next episode we'll probably recap what goes on at both those tournaments. The predicted top 8s, I have both of them, and I think that's what people can expect to see when they watch Button Check. The goal of this, I believe, in terms of like what we want to accomplish, is we just kind of want to follow the national scene, follow the top players, follow the meta as it's evolving, keep all of it in connection with each other, and create a storyline for everyone that they can follow. Give them a place where they can find a digestible bite of what is happening in current events in Smash Ultimate. And so we'll definitely be covering every tournament that's happening every weekend and kind of give it expectation and recapping what has happened. And that'll be awesome. And yeah, it'd be great to see some of the nationals. The first nationals, Genesis 6, and followed by Frostbite in the same month in February. Those are going to be some major tournaments that are happening next year. And we'll just kind of follow the progress of top players as we get into that the next year and the Q1 tournaments.
And this is, what we want for everybody. We just want everybody to use this as a segue to just get involved somehow. Whether you're watching or playing, just use this as a segue to just get involved, whether it be your local community, whether you're, going out of town, whether you're watching this. We just want you to be a part of this because in 2019, this game is going to be pretty special. And with this game being special, we're also going to get some people who are, some characters.
Who are also special.
Who are also
specialists.
Yeah. And this is just like I said, I told him earlier, this is like not even the tip of the iceberg. So yeah. I can't wait for another Button Check that we're going to have next week, but we're going to go ahead and sign out for today, but we will see you next week. I'm Banjo.
I'm Jowii.
And I'm SU Remo.
All right, and we will see you guys next week.
Catch you
later.